You know what the crazy thing is? Like we took the mushrooms, and Zach's like, I'm not hosting this time. I'm like, okay, so you're gonna be closing the show. He goes, no, you're closing the show. And I was like, that's a problem for me because I usually roast everybody, and mushrooms makes me love everybody. Yo, I was standing up there. This dude right here, he goes, hands me the DMT pen, and he goes, hit it. And I'm like, all right. And I hit it, and he goes, hold it as long as you can. And I right as I get to right there, and this girl comes up, and she goes, hey, how you doing? And I was like, I can't tell right now. Because, and I realized, like, do I want the full experience, or do I want this woman to think I'm a lunatic? And I said, fuck it, I'm a lunatic. She's like, oh God, what the fuck? This is a psychedelic show, so I might as well tell some psychedelic stories, man. Why not, right? Yeah, the first time I did acid, man, I was in Ibiza. That was great. Yeah, I had a good time. And I did it at this place called El Paradiso. And at El Paradiso, I didn't know this, unbeknownst to me. The club fills up with water at 2 a.m. to your hip, which sounds great, but on acid, I was like, holy shit, I am on the Titanic. A band started playing, I was like, I recognize that violin player. Yo, I climbed onto a VIP table like this. I was like, and this girl's like, get off the table. I was like, fuck you, bros, get your own door. I was like, I'm trying to save the Jack now, and I just grabbed a bottle of Jack Daniels and I started drinking them. I was like, you're on your own. I was like, I know how this movie ends. Die out here. Yeah, which makes me visit this. This girl recently told me she loves me. Yeah, right? And I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I can be honest with you guys about this. But I don't think that's appropriate behavior for a side chick. I'm like, what? This is an after midnight relationship. You know this. This is a I don't spend the night relationship, okay? I was like, no. And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, do you realize when I drive to your house, I leave the car on because I know I'm not going to be here that long? It'd be disrespectful if I stay too long. Have you ever had somebody that's there that long and you're like, when's this bitch going to leave? Come on, I got shit to do. What the fuck? You're there, they're just chilling and stuff like that. They start eating your food. You're like, I spent the whole food, bitch. I spent $100 to be healthy, not so you can be healthy. What the hell? Jesus Christ! You're just mad as hell watching them eat the food. You're like, oh, this is good. I'm like, I know it's good. One time I saw a girl eat so much, she just ate the groceries. I could see, I'm like, man, I could just bought a prostitute for this price right here. She ate the whole foods all, but I'm like, oh, I'm so mad, I'm so mad. You know what happened? Then she got mad because she found out another girl I was talking about, and I don't know what they thought. They started trying to become friends. I don't know if they thought they could combine forces and turn into Voltron, turn to the main chick. I don't know what they thought. Someone's like, that's too much. Hey, man. You know, is it too much? Is it too much? Or let me, you think you've been cheated on before? Let me ask you. Have you been cheated on before, you think? Of course. Everybody has. If you think you haven't been cheated on before, you're a dummy, okay? You're just not a good enough detective, okay? I walked in one time when a girl was hooking up with someone else. I walked in, I always thought if I saw her, I'd be like, what the hell is going on? But I remember I was like, oh, excuse me, and I shut the door. Yes, I was like, excuse me. And my first inclination was like, oh, damn. She's like, is she going to be hungry after? Because I loved her. I was like, she'll be hungry after. I'd be hungry after. He looked like he was doing a good job. I was tired. I was like, oh, man, I've been complaining lately and stuff like that. You know, I talked to my brother. He's 50 years old. He just got married for the first time, 50 years old. Yeah, and he's a healthy guy, you know. He's been on a plant-based diet for the last 10 years called cocaine. when I was younger, like I didn't talk to girls at all because I was like I played the flute and nobody thought it was sexy. You can't just be like, you know what I mean? She's like, oh, you play an instrument? I'm like, girl, you about to get it, you know what I mean? I'm about to snake charmer myself into your pants, like, you can't do that, you know what I mean? She's not feeling my flute playing skills, you know what I mean? You gotta take that somewhere else, you know? I didn't have a pet snake either. I couldn't be cool with him. Just like the cobra come up and just start dancing too, you know what I mean? Just like drop it low, like, you know, the snake's like this, and then she's like, yeah, and then she's like, no to the snake, then the snake just bite her ass, just bam. Get her. But I couldn't do that. I remember this girl, my older brother, he ended up hooking up with her, and I liked her. And so after that, I was like, I can't get her now. But then once I moved to LA, I started like doing a few things. And she saw this commercial I was in. She saw this commercial, and she hit me up. She's like, hey, I saw this commercial in. We should totally hang out sometime. I was like, yeah. So she's like, when are you in San Diego next? I'm like, I'm in San Diego right now, bitch. I lied. I was in LA. I drove all the way down to see her. I was like, here's my chance. I got in there and we started hanging out and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, I tried to go kiss her and stuff like that. She's like, no, Steven, I'm not going to just kiss you the first time we hang out, you know. I had my flute, I couldn't charm her, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I was like, damn it, I forgot the flute at the house. It's the opening move, you know what I mean? So I was like, she's like, Steve, I'm not going to just kiss you when we're hanging out, you know what I mean? And I was like, oh, she says, but if you want, we could do drugs. And I was like, all right, cool, you want to smoke weed? And she's like, no, we're going to smoke DMT. And I was like, oh, fuck, because at that time I had only smoked weed before. Yeah. And she hands me the pipe, and it's like, I just try to light it like weed, but I just burn everything inside of it. She's like, what the fuck are you doing? Because she's like, smoking like you're smoking crack. And I was like, oh, shit, now I know this woman has smoked crack before. And I'm like, I'm way out of my league now. I'm out of my element. I don't know what I'm doing. And you know when you want to tell somebody, I don't know what I'm doing, but you can't. You're going too far. You're like, I'm in too deep, but I can't let you know this. So she goes, smoking like you're smoking crack. And I was like, oh yeah, every weekend. What I said, it came out of me. I don't know why. Every weekend came out of me. And she goes, twist it when you're lighting. And so I'm twisting, I'm lighting. I see the smoke start to build. It feels like I'm shot out this rocket, just, and this ambiance music starts playing. And then I walk. I see this creature. And it makes this noise. Yeah! And it's a mutated green creature turned to its side, stirring a big pot with a bone, and a heart's being held above it with chains. And it looks at me, and I go, whose heart is that? And it goes, well, yours, of course. And I got scared. The heart started to beat faster. And I was like, fuck, that's really my fucking heart right there. What the fuck? And I was like, whose bone is that? And it goes, well, why don't you look down and see for yourself? And I look down and my fucking leg is missing, and I'm like, ah! And I fall down, I'm like, ah! And the creature's going, ah, 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 ah. And I come out of the high, because it only lasts for 15 minutes, and this girl's riding me going, ah, 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 ah. Best and worst drug experience of my life. Yeah, after we're done, she's like, oh my God, Steven, we're soulmates. We should date. And I was like, from when I saw you have no soul, and I ran the fuck out of there. This bitch is sang songs. She's just taking everybody. Like, my brother's a shell of the man he used to be after he was with you. Oh man, I did acid. The second time I did acid, I went to a strip club. I should have figured out this was an outdoor activity after the first time. I went to a strip club and did acid, and that's a bad idea. You already know, because a pussy looks like it's melting, so. You ruined your whole fucking day. I was like, ah! I saw the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe in there. I was like, Narnia! I think about all the crazy shows I've had to do and stuff like that. I remember one time I got hired to do a show in Vegas, and they didn't get me a plane ticket. They just got me a Greyhound ticket. And if you've never ridden the Greyhound before, it's like the Purge. Yeah, it's like everything's legal on the bus while you're on there. Like somebody gets stabbed on the bus, and the bus driver's like, I can't pull over till I get to my destination. I'm like, is this the bus from Speed? He's like, hey, shut up and sit down, okay? He's like, don't make me go back there. If you've seen that YouTube video of the bus driver uppercutting somebody, you don't fuck with the bus driver. I don't know what it is. This move right here makes a good fucking uppercut, okay? That fucking wheel, bro. They'll fuck you up. That's all day. This is what they do all day. They're ready for you, bro. You come up, it's just fucking knuckle sandwich, bro. Bam, 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 bro. That fucking big wheel, okay? Don't fuck with this, bro. That uppercut is always... You saw that, bam! And they don't care the punch, man, woman, they don't care. They're equality based, okay? They give it to anybody who steps to them. Hey, ma'am, sir, whatever you are, they, them, get back there. If you don't get back, you get the fucking bam, okay? You go into Utah, bitch, bam. Oh, wake up in Salt Lake City. Oh, as a Mormon, okay? You've been sold off as one of the wives. You're working for somebody now. Oh, I gotta make a sandwich. Oh, you want a 7 wives making a sandwich? Where's the lettuce? I'm new here. I'm sorry, I'm new here. Where's the fucking lettuce? We grow it. Go in the back and pick the shit, okay? Oh, shit, the lettuce. I didn't know it's organic here in Utah. Yeah, we gotta make the sandwich. Oh, fuck. So I'm already nervous, okay? I'm nervous. And I get on the bus, and these guys in the back, they're like, hey bro, you wanna drink with us? And they're drinking hand sanitizer. And I'm like, oh. I'm like, I'm good. And they're like, oh, he doesn't want to drink with the cholos. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say cholo anymore. I'm just going to say 3 spicy fellows, okay? 3 spicy fellows. I'm like, I'm good. And this Armenian dude's like, I'll drink with you. And I don't even know if I'm allowed to say Armenian, you know? So I'm just going to say a bottle of cologne just while on the way back. Anyway. I could, the whole trail. The only time I seen the bathroom, the Greyhound smell good when he was back there. He back there, you know what I mean? Oh, he's drinking with them. And this girl Ashley's like, why don't you come sit with me? Why don't you come sit with me? And she's a thicker girl. She speaks 3 different languages. I'm like, ooh, this is the type of girl I like. I'm like, am I about to find love on the Greyhound? I was like, they need to start their own Tinder or something. And jump on the Greyhound dating site, you know what I mean? Speed dating, you know what I mean? You just go to the next day, maybe you meet that person, you marry him in Vegas. Boom, okay? That's how you meet somebody. So I'm excited. I'm like, oh wow, we have a conversation going. I'm like, we're gonna party in Vegas. And then the cops pull the Greyhound. I've never seen a cop pull over a bus. A little car pulling over. So the cop pulls us over and he gets on the thing. And he's like, all right. And he has a drug dog with him. I'm like, this is fucking serious, bro. He's like, all right, if you got any drugs, let me know now. It's gonna be a lot easier for you. And I start eating my weed like, bro, the weed I had, I was like, fuck. I'm like, does someone have a Gatorade, bro? I'm like, I can't even get all this down. It's dry as fuck, bro. I'm like, oh, my throat was coarse. It was cutting me and shit like that. I was like, oh, there's too many stems in here. And then the dog, it stops where I'm at. I'm like, oh, fuck, the dog stops. And I know the dog, I'm like, oh, the dog can smell the container I had it in. And you know what I mean? And they reach over to me. And they're about to grab me, and then he reaches over past me, he grabs Ashley, he pulls her off the bus. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And I've never seen the dude. They pull her out in the front, and we're watching, all of us are watching at the bus, like, oh, shit. And they pull Ashley's shirt like this, and she has cocaine strapped to her stomach. And I was like, holy fuck. She's skinny? Take her to jail, bro. She lied. I got catfished on the ground. Oh no, take her to jail, bro. How you gonna do me like this? I thought I found love. I was so mad. I was like, oh damn. It was like my heart broke, and I was like, oh, but I was like, yeah, you deserve this, okay? And you didn't share with the cholos. Come on now. You saw me eating all that weed. We could have helped you back there. The Armenian, the 3 cholos. Clean that shit up, bro. You know what I mean? These 3 cholos and the Armenian dude, we would have cleaned that shit. What's left? What's left? Hey, officer, there's nothing here. There's nothing here. No, just brushing my teeth. You know, 2 days on the Greyhound. You know, put toothpaste on your finger. You know. If you're in a place for a long day and you don't have a toothbrush, you use this as your toothbrush. You put the toothpaste right here, and I don't know why people think that'll do something, but it don't do shit. But that's what you think. Okay, that's my toothbrush right there. I finally get to Vegas, and I had a show there. And I get to the show, and I find out it's a swingers party. Yes. Yeah, yes. And I showed up late, so they had already started. If you don't get what I said, everybody is fucking. Imagine me walking in here and I'm like, Zach's like, hey, I got a show for you. And I walk in, I'm like, whoa, everybody's fucking. I'm just like, and he's like, you up next, bro. The owner comes up, it was crazy. I saw a woman squirt for the first time. I was like, I didn't know that was a real thing. I was like, I just saw a vagina turn into a Japanese toilet. Just it was beautiful. I was like, oh my God. I was like, take me to that bidet, okay? Let that thing spray me, okay? I was like, hell yeah. It's like, I wanted to ball it up and throw it on people like holy water, like, you're blessed. You're blessed. You know what I mean? They're like, ooh, that's good, that's good. You know how they talk about THC grade and stuff? Like, what is that, 20%? So this woman's bam, and I was like, wow. So I see this stuff like that, and he goes, hey, don't worry. He goes, I'm gonna round him up for you. You gonna round him up for me? This dude is balls deep, and you gonna round him up to be like, hey, we're gonna do some comedy up in this motherfucker. We about to laugh, ha ha ha. Pull your dick out of her. Come on, we have a good time now. What better time could he have? There he goes, hey, he turns on the mic. He's on the mic. He goes, hey, everybody, we having a comedy show. He goes, hey, Tommy, pull it out. We having a comedy show. And I see the guy so mad. He's like, oh, boner and everything. He's like, yeah. And so then he goes, here, he hands me the mic. No introduction, no, hey, this guy's doing comedy. Like, this our comedian he came on a Greyhound, almost died. No nothing. And I'm like, okay. And so I started trying to do some jokes. Nothing's working, as you can imagine, you know what I mean? And I'm like, man, I'm eating a dick up here. And some guy goes, no, you're not, but that could be arranged. And I was like, Jesus Christ. And so I start trying to improvise, like talk to the people, get to know them and stuff like that. And this guy's like, hey man, you're improvising? And I'm like, yeah. He goes, you doing that because your jokes ain't working? Like, yeah. And he goes, cool, I'm going back to fucking. And he just turns over and just bam, bam. And I had to me, in my mind, to keep myself sane, I had to pretend like there's somebody clapping for my jokes. Just. Yeah. Eventually finished. But she could tell she still wanted to keep on going. So he starts giving her a massage. I was like, dude, are you giving her a massage? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, are you doing that because your dick isn't working? This motherfucker got mad at me and stuff like, hey, he tried to send his boy at me. He's like, get him, can he get him? And so I was like, whoa, this dude had a boner. And he started charging me like that. Yeah, because he was angry. He didn't get to come yet. So, you know, he got that angry boner energy, you know what I mean? Blue ball energy, you know what I mean? But that's dangerous energy, you know what I mean? That's how people get murdered in life. That's how murder happens, okay? This kind of energy, when it doesn't, you know what I mean? Everyone's happy until this is the real gun. Oh, when you see this boner come at you, you're like, hey, hold on, what do you need? What do you need? weed, okay? He started charging me. I didn't know. It was like, it looked like somebody ready to joust. I got scared. I went back to my childhood, you know what I mean? And I remember I took Taekwondo when I was a kid. That's not a good karate for being nasty, but good karate when a dick's coming at you. Just Kia! Kia! I can't fight in these streets, but I can block dicks in these sheets. I was like, pow! Pow! I hit that dick out of the way. If that would have hit me in the face, the balls, my nickname would be Earl Grey for the rest of my life. It's like, hey, there's old Earl Grey right there. You know what's up. You know what's up. Around the campfires, they're telling everybody. I'm like, oh, got a lazy eye and shit like that. I try, I got some, I only fuck around with psychedelics. That's my favorite thing. Yeah. I don't fuck around with a lot of stuff. But I dated a girl one time who smoked meth. Yeah, and her front tooth fell out. Yeah, it was crazy. The problem was, she wanted to keep the tooth. I was like, what the fuck? You want to keep the tooth? I was like, let's flush it down the toilet like a goldfish. And she's like, it's a part of me. And I was like, okay, let's bury it in the backyard. We settle. Don't grab the shovel, get a spoon. She's like, where's the spoons? And I'm like, bitch, you know where the spoons are. Anybody knows where the spoons are? You mama. Dude, I left in the middle of the night. After that, I couldn't take it anymore. Before I left, I put $1 under her pillow. Because I want her to still believe in something. You can live life. Watch out with this guy. He about to fall in the fire. You good, bro? I don't want your mullet to catch on fire. I saw you were like, ah.
Is that what it is called?
I don't know what it is.
I didn't know what it is.
I can't see. You gotta understand, I'm in another realm right now. I can't tell exactly what you. To me, you look like Jesus, bro. Honestly, I'm like, you look like redneck Jesus to me right now. I was like, damn. Like if Kid Rock can make a Jesus, you would be him. I said, this motherfucker look like Jesus to me on mushrooms. I was like, I had to talk to you. I was like, I got some sins to talk about. For a while, I was like trying to get married. And it's the worst when you're trying to look for the right person. Like I would go on all the dating sites. And I went on a date with this Native American woman one time. Yeah, and she told me she was 12% black. And I was like, no, you're not. But then she pulled out a peace pipe and it was menthol. I was like, okay, you black. She told me she's part of 3 different tribes. I was like, bitch, your spirit name is Trail Mix. It's good. I dated her for like 2 months. It was great. She was a stripper, you know. She could make it rain inside and outside. I was like, okay. It's hard though, you know. I've had weird dates too. Like I've realized in my life that I can't date anybody that's like completely sober. And that I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing. I really don't know if it's a good thing or bad thing. But I realized it turned me off. Like my dick was not into it. Like because I went on a date with this girl and we got to the bar and I go, what do you want? And she goes, I'm just having no duel. And I was like, what the fuck? And then I got nervous because I couldn't order what I wanted to order because I felt like I was going to look like an animal. So she's like, what are you going to order? And I just ordered an Uber and got the fuck out of there. Huh? I don't want to look crazy, you know what I mean? I feel like you guys are the only two I could be honest with. My mom came to one of my shows. She's divorced right now and she's dating young guys. Like she's dating this guy right now and I don't like him because he's my age. And I haven't liked this motherfucker since middle school. So,